Hi, my name's Gerry. I'm a twin troller, boat owner, and a lifelong fisherman. I'm also kind of handy. So what am I doing? I'm out in the garage doing a little work on my twin troller. You might want to stick around to see some of this. In a video that I did recently, probably my last one, I made a reference to the fact that I broke down due to an electrical problem on the water in my twin troller. Now I fixed it. I carry some tools with me, more than what comes with the tool kit that comes with your Honda motor, but it gave me enough to be able to get things operational enough to be able to work again. What happened? Well, my right-hand trolling motor, the starboard side, stopped working. Clear blue sky, just worked 1 second and the next second it didn't work at all. Didn't work in forward, reverse, I couldn't get anything to work. Well, what happened? Let me show you. I'm a lifelong fisherman. Back here.
Hi, everybody.
Here's John. You seen him in
That fish's jaw almost broke this pliers, okay? I'm gonna throw.
Oh, nice fish. Below this video, click on Show More to see links for many of the items used in most of my videos. They are there so that you can locate them in case you are interested. Seeing Show More works best when viewing this video on a tablet or a laptop or a computer. This is what happened. See this? This is the circuit breaker for this side, the starboard trolling motor battery. There's one for the other side. It's always on the positive wire. The positive wire goes from here to the terminal. I already have everything disconnected because I needed to go to the store and get some more things. What happened was, when I turned around in the boat when this side would not work, I saw that this wire had pulled away from this ring terminal. This is normally sitting on here, and there's shrink wrap that's on here. Let me show you something else though. Here's the shrink wrap. You can see it right here. And you can see frayed bare wire sticking out here from under the shrink wrap. So this could have just as easily happened to this side, but what happened was this side pulled out, the wire pulled out. I happen to have enough tools with me because I bring other tools other than what came with the Honda motor. It took a while. It isn't easy to open this, but I opened this enough that I could get this wire after twisting it to make it kind of pointy again. I slid it in here and then I used tools that I had and I crimped this, and I crimped it as hard as I could. Of course, I'm in the boat. I've got minimal tools, but I got it done. And then I put this back on here, put this back over here, and I was good to go. Well, I want to make this a little bit longer because I've always thought that this was too short of a wire. This needs to be out here where you can get to it, and then it's got to go up underneath the box and make it to here. That one on that side's got to come over here, and you can see this one's inside the box because there isn't enough wire to go from here to the terminal being over here. That put me in this position. So what I'm going to do is replace all of these terminals. This one has to be a skinnier one with a smaller hole like this, and this one is a larger one. This one is a 12-10 gauge ring terminal. So I've got a beefier one, and this one's going to go on here. It makes the same hole to go through there. And then I'm going to solder this in place, besides crimp it and solder this one in place. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, but I'm just going to show you me doing some of this instead of you watching the entire operation. And then I'll show you when we get all done. Well, what else did I do? I went down to Lowe's and I bought 4 feet of, I think it's 8 gauge wire. It's stranded wire that should be suitable for this. From what I can tell, this is what I'm going to go with. Now here's some tools I happen to have. They're all for stripping wire. I'm going to do this first and just strip some wire back. Now I've got the casing off. First thing I did was put some soldering flux. This is flux that's made for doing soldering, not plumbing. Heating up my gun. right, now I'm going to let this cool for a second, and then we're going to wipe off the flux so that it doesn't cause issues with the fitting. Okay, let's wipe it off. It's cooled a little. At least I can handle it. And then the shrink wrap. Shrink wrap I'm pushing up onto the terminal like that, and then I take a little torch. You don't want to heat this too much because it will actually melt the shrink wrap. Just look at it to see where it looks like it's getting tight on the fitting, and we'll let that cool. Well, how much material do I want to have? I suppose I would like to have this and maybe about this much extra wire so that I could reach the other side if I ever had to, if I did something. Cut the wire, and I'm going to strip off. There it goes. Grab all of my pliers. Make sure you can see me. Slowly do a twist on this. Now, I didn't need to do this on the other one, but I probably am on this one. So these are little strands sticking out when you get twisting. I'm cutting them off so that they're all the same length. I want one of the other terminals. Now these terminals, I'm going to pull the plastic off. I want to open this up a little bit because I want to get this in here. It's a little bit small. So I'm using needle nose pliers, reaching in and opening it a little, as you can see here. Now I can get this wire, it needs to go a little bit more. Now I can get the wire like that in there. And I can close it up a little. And now that I got it partially closed, I can use this to close it up all the way. All right, now it's on there nice and tight. But we're going to do the same thing. Put a little flux on the surface so that it can stick the solder. And there we go. Let's cool it down, and then we'll wipe off all the flux. Okay, here we go. Take the nut off. I put it on here. I'll run it down until I get it tight. There, it's nice and tight. I'm going to strip this one off. I'll unscrew that. I'll either try to pull this off if I can get it off. If not, I'll cut the wire back, and then I'm going to do the same to there. This side will also have the small ring, like this one. Only the ends that go onto the battery itself get the larger ring. Now, I showed you tightening this with a pair of needle nose pliers. That's the way how I did it in the boat. That's why I wanted to show you. You could if you had to, but I'm making sure that they're nice and tight. I put this rag in my hand so I can hold this without it biting into me. It's a 3/8 inch nut driver, and I got it nice and snug. Now this little case, rubber cover, goes over the top of this like this. So that there's two bolts go up through these things. That's the way how it stays. Put this back on and I'll be ready to go. And then I'll do the other side. Well, pardon my appearance. I'm in Central Florida. We're well into our 90-degree days. As you can see, the humidity is here and summer started for us. Some of you are still shoveling snow. You'll be out in your boat every day, or at least whenever you can. Well, I've got this done. I've got all of the terminals replaced on both sides, going to both of the trolling motors. All I have to do is close the box the rest of the way and put away all my tools, and I'm done. This may be something that you might want to look at. Just check yours to see if any of those fittings look like they're loose. Getting stuck out in the lake isn't the best thing that you'd want to have happen. Thanks for subscribing if you already have, and if you haven't, please consider doing that. You can always give me a thumbs up if you like the videos. It really helps my channel. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Thanks for following me. Thanks for tolerating me. Have a nice day. Bye now.